and then
That's
one bite.
hilarious.
That is so on brand from what I've gleaned from you over the years. And I want to get to, because I've told this story a million times, and I just retell you telling it. I think I saw you tell it on Carson, I think years ago, and it was, because you're very close with Richard Kind. Yeah, and whom I've had the pleasure.
I ran into him last week.
Hello, Jason. Hello, Will.
He's such a great guy.
Sean, you were very good, but I was better.
The guy is hilarious.
I was in the big knife. I killed.
But you told a great story when you guys were roommates. Would you please bore these guys?
Oh my God, I do.
Please tell
love
the
this
story about the cat.
Well, you have to understand, we were sharing. I was living in his apartment. Gone through a bad breakup, and I was living in his apartment. And I was an unemployed actor. He was doing the Carol Burnett show, the remake of the Carol Burnett show. And I would watch Jeopardy, and there'd be that. Richard he thinks he's a genius at Jeopardy too, as you can imagine. And so I would watch the East Coast feed, and then he would come home, and then I would just know all the answers for the West Coast feed. And he thought he's still to this day, until he hears this, will have thought that I was the greatest Jeopardy player in the history of Jeopardy.
That's fantastic.
And it's all horseshit. Richard, if you're listening, fuck you.
That's great.
And I would be home, and I had nothing to do, and he had this little tiny kitten that he would sleep with on his chest, and he called it Kitty. And he'd keep it in the apartment because we're in Hollywood, we're on Hayworth, and he was working, and I'm waiting for an audition, and I go into the bathroom, and there's a kitty litter box next to the toilet, and it's got cat shit in it, and I scoop it up, and I flush it down the toilet. I go in, I'm watching Jeopardy, I think, and Richard comes home, and he goes to the bathroom, he comes out, he goes, "My little kitty has not taken a shit in, I think, 3 days." And I don't say anything. I don't know why. I just don't say anything. I just am like, And the next day, the cat takes a shit, I flush it down the toilet, Richard checks. And it goes on for like 3 or 4 or 5 days.
Meanwhile, you're just trying to be a good roommate, right?
I'm just trying to be a friend at this point,
Yeah.
And then he takes the cat to the vet, and they give him this like kitty Metamucil, to clean your colon. You understand this, Jamie?
Sure.
And so now this little kitten is shitting like 15 times a day, and I'm scooping. I got nothing to do, right? I'm reading like Hardcastle and McCormick auditions, and and I've got nothing else to do, and so I'm flushing. And Richard's checking. I don't know. He flips a cat on its back, and he's like, "Feel his stomach. Does it feel tight to you?" That feels kind of tight to me. Again, I have no idea why. It's just funny. And then I scoop up some cat shit. I don't know, after a couple of weeks. And then the light bulb, goes off, and I realize what I must do, which is take a shit in the cat box. Now, there is this moment, Sean, when I'm squatted down over a cat box, where I'm going, really?
Yeah. Mom and Dad were right. I should have been a lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the moment that it occurs to you.
Oh, yeah, you're just like going, it's funny. It's good. I'm not sure it's how I want to be remembered, but
What
it's
did he
good.
do? What was the reaction?
So I went, when I'm watching Jeopardy, Richard comes home. We're talking for a minute. He goes in the bathroom. He's in there for like a minute, and I don't hear anything. And then all of a sudden I hear, "Oh my God! Oh my God, get it!" And he comes running out, and he goes, "You're not gonna believe, you have to come see this." The cat is like 6 inches long. I mean, the tiny cat.
Kitty.
Everything bad about it. And literally, I come in, and I just, tears coming down my eyes. I'm laughing to it. And slowly, he figures it out. And over a whole, it's like this long thing where he realizes that I've been shoveling the cat shit out, and he gets madder and madder and madder. And finally, he's like, "I understand humor. Defecation doesn't make me laugh." And he's just screaming at me.
A new perspective on performance apparel. Perfect if you